crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people. Green people, crab people, blue heavy metal people.
The scenario is going to be Destruction. It is a 2015 Steamroller scenario. It includes Kill Box. You need 5 points to win. You get 1 point for controlling the zone, 2 points for dominating. You can't do either of those, though, until you destroy the enemy objective, and doing so will give you 1 control point. You can't do any of the scoring, though, until the second player's second turn. Hey there guys, this is Molorian, and this will be the last game of the Sentry Box Steamroller that I went to last weekend. And here in Game 4, I'm going to be up against Steve. Now, Steve is a guy that I know is a great guy that I played back in my Warhammer Fantasy days. This has been my first time playing against him in War Machine, so I'm looking forward to a good, fun game. And in this one here, I was actually list locked, so when we traded lists, it really didn't matter for me because I played Siphon the other 3 games. I had to go Thexus, and this is not good because Thexus likes to win by scenario, and Thexus has a lot of tricks to win by scenario, but he can't move a World Wrath out of the one and only zone. So I'm going to have to be really aggressive with this one here, especially since he actually decided to take first turn, which is the right thing to do. And I'm going to need to get there ASAP. Hope I can block out the World Wrath, and if he does get in, have to try and find some way to do an assassination. But yeah, it's going to be difficult. But in this case here, I've lost one game, I can't get first, but if I can win this and get some good control points and so forth, I can get a good strength of schedule and maybe get second or third. So that's what's really on the table here. So he goes first, he goes up with his druids, he clouds up, he does the, no magic type thing. I believe, yeah, Fog of War is up now, but he's going to realize it's not really needed. He's going to drop it soon. And the World Wrath doesn't get that far up the table, which has me hopeful. Normally they'll run up the first turn so they can just walk in the next one. But in this one here, he kind of got blocked off by the other troops, kind of stayed a little bit back. And so I'm optimistic that this will work. So my turn, I go up with Thexus, I do Deceleration, I TK up a couple of the press gangers so they can get further up there. By the way, the blood trackers are preying on the press gangers, but that's okay. If they die, they'll turn into corpses and Alexia will love them. But I'm really just getting up the field, and that's that. Now, an interesting thing with this is that if everything goes to plan, I'm going to kill no models. Because here's the thing. If I go in there and I kill models, he can bring them back in the zone. I want to kill nothing to help hopefully block him out. If I do kill anything, I want to do it with the press ganger so I can remove from play, but we'll kind of see how this goes. But either way, this turn is pretty simple. Run up. Either Alexia 1 or the Warden could go after his objective as needed, but we'll see what happens. So on his turn, he gets a little bit of damage on me here. The blood trackers actually do a pretty good job. Steve found some good lanes in there, kill off a good number of guys there, and then otherwise the rest of the druids either come up and shoot or they kind of cloud up again. The World Wrath not only doesn't run into the zone, but he also walks over more to the side, taking a shot there at the Warden, trying to get some early damage onto it, and does some, nothing really major. But the fact that he's out of the zone and at the weird angle there makes me feel better that I can try and trap him. So what I need to do on this next turn, it's turn 2, so my ambushing mind slavers will be coming in, but I need to get in there and I need to get him out. Now, normally you do that by killing stuff, but like I said, all I'm going to do is I'm going to TK him back, and then I'm just going to run into him and block him out so that his feat does basically nothing. In fact, if I do anything, I'm actually thinking about killing just the tree, because if you kill the Gallows Grove, sure, you can feat and bring that back, but then your feat's done. That's it. So I'll be maybe tempted to do that, but otherwise, yeah, time to jam. So on this side, I have one unit of slavers coming in, and they're going to really try just to tie up these blood trackers. And on the other side, I have this unit. Now, their job will be to, one, distract the big guy, but two, it'll probably be this unit that gets to sneak around and maybe get to Morvahna if I really need it. So this is what it looks like after everything is done on my turn. I really needed to, like I said, destroy the objective and get up on the control. So there is no holding back. And in order to do that, I was going to need to TK up my Warden so it could actually get into the objective. Deceleration is definitely something you really want up. And Thexus has to get into the zone to dominate, or else I just can't do it fast enough. I need to get 3 points right now so that later on I just need to dominate once more to get the win. So pretty much everything was going to plan until I did Thexus, did my whole thing, and then moved on to an agitator and made it go up and instigate and realized I forgot to pop feet. It was so stupid of me, and then I really had to get down to like, okay, who is in the zone? Just these models? Let's make sure they get dead. Like I said, I wanted to kill the tree, but I couldn't do that because Alexia had to charge in to make sure the right models died so I could control the zone. So either way, you can see I have dudes everywhere. I'm now at 3 points, and if he doesn't get in the zone, then I'm fine. And then if he does get in the zone, especially the World Wrath, I'm going to have to try and figure out some sort of assassination. Now, this is where we came down to this. Now, we had a really unfortunate rules issue. Not even rules. It was more of a judgment call where he was clouding up with his druids here. And the problem is that I have magnets on the bottom of my models to keep them on the tray, and then they attach to these rings. So things were moving around, you know, the rings, my models, his models a little bit. And after I ended my turn and said I scored 3, he said, well, no, this druid's in the zone. I said, well, no, he is. Or no, he's not. He's not in the zone. Well, yeah, he's touching. I was like, well, he wasn't touching before. And so normally, if this was a thing like this, it'd be like, well, call over the judge or not. It's going to be ruled in his favor because it's touching the zone. And, well, I mean, there could be a little bit of intent there being questioned, but odds are that the judge will rule in his favor. But I take pictures. So I was able to go back to the last picture, so not the end of my turn, the end of his turn. So this is where he's placed his models where he wants them to be, and I was able to zoom in on this one druid, hold up a straight edge to the zone here to show, like, look, at this point when you were done your turn, he was not in the zone. He was not even touching the zone. So it was a little bit of an awkward one where it's like, you know, we had to kind of like do some give and take. But in the end, he was a little bit giving with it and didn't really argue it because of the fact that he was going for the assassination anyway, and he didn't figure it would matter. So after, you know, a little bit of discussion, he gave it to me and said, okay, sure, you have 3 control points. So that's good because I need it. Without that, I'm just dead in the water. So on his turn, he goes for the assassination, and he asks, if I shoot at Thexus, you have a way of passing it off, right? And I said, yep, if you shoot at Thexus and he's within 3 inches of the warden, I can pass it off to him. So he said, okay. He uses his druids. So first of all, you can see the one there definitely made sure it got inside the zone, and then force bolt him away from Thexus. So that way now, if he shoots me with his World Wrath or with his Blood Trackers, I can't pass it off. So I thought it was a really good move on his part. But things really kind of change here as the Gallows Grove jumps into the zone here. The World Wrath had actually trampled to the right flank and popped Animus so that he'll have extra, you know, dice with his magic attacks against me. And then Morvahna starts going for a magical assassination. And I have to tell him, like, okay, that spell you just cast just costs you double because you're within range of Alexia. It's one of her gotchas. And he was not happy about this. It was more of a thing where he wasn't happy about himself because he forgot about that. And when he finished this whole assassination or attempted assassination, he left me on 1 box. So if he would have had any more magic against me, I would have been dead. That's the big thing with Thexus. He's weak against magic. He's only a 14/14, so magic will really rip him up. So he's a little bit upset with that. Here's the end board state. So he got something in the zone. You know, he contests it so I don't win right now, but it'll be easy for me to get him out. But the biggest thing is that after the failed assassination, I talked to him a little bit about it. I was like, oh, well, I really thought you were going to be trying to get more shots on him. How come you use the magic to move away the warden and not just use those shots on Thexus? And he said, well, I thought you said he got to pass it off. And it turned into this big thing where he was pretty sure that I had misled him. And I really didn't. If Steve, if you're listening to this, please hopefully believe me that when you said when you shoot at them, I was talking about range attacks. Range attacks is how it works with that, with the sacrificial whatever, magic gets past it. So if he would have known that, then he would have just shot me with the druids, and having an extra 4 shots with the druids probably would have killed Thexus. But, at the time, he just thought he had to get it out of the way so that he could do a double spell with Morvahna2 and finish me off. And then between that and Alexia 1, he was really not happy. So on my turn, I just want to get this thing done. I only activate Thexus, I pop my feet, everything goes out of the zone, I go up to 5 points, and I get the win. But it's unfortunately a really awkward win. I really wanted to pack up my models quick and just, kind of get away from the situation. And it really is so unfortunate because I know that Steve's a great guy. In the past, we've had some great games back in our Warhammer Fantasy day. And it just was because this one came down to this misunderstanding, miscommunication, and then of course also made awkward with that, having to go to the camera pictures for the placement of the druid and having to argue that. It was really unfortunate the way that this game had to go. So on the positive side with this, I end the tournament with 3 wins, a good number of control points. I believe it's 14 control points, and as well a really strong strength of schedule because I faced against Bryn, who had 3 wins. Brian, who I lost to in the 3rd round, won all 4 games, so that's big. And then I got a point here from Steve, and I also got a point for my first game there against Rob. So overall, when they all did it, I actually got 2nd place. So I was really happy with that. The double Cephalix, it worked. I have to kind of watch some of these things. I'm getting better with Siphon. I have to be more careful here with Thexus. I mean, even with all my luck that I had here, where things went poorly with my opponent, Thexus only survived by 1 hitbox. So it was really, really close. It's also really important because we have this Alberta Invitational, and I pretty much doubled my score with this because in the past I've been kind of missing events, kind of goofing around, taking janky lists instead of ones that, are designed to really go for that win. And so I'm trying to make it to the event, and this was huge. I needed this. It was a great event. I got to play my Cephalix, and it really showed, if nothing else, that this pairing of Siphon Thexus can be really good. Now, there's not a lot of wiggle room on the Siphon list, but on the Thexus list, there is some things I can do, or even change out to a different caster. I'll have to play around with that. But either way, guys, thanks for watching. If you're Steve, I'm very sorry. We'll have to have a rematch sometime. But there you go, and we'll catch you later. Bye.